Meanwhile,
on the deck building screen, here we are back, and we're going to play a little bit of Temur, Grinding, Breach, and Modern. Voice is a little blown out from New Year's still. Anywho, so apparently a wonderful human being out there on the internet has 8 trophies, this many, with this deck list. So, we are playing this version of Grinding Breach. For a reminder, Grinding Station, Underworld Breach, and any of these 0-mana artifacts allows us to mill our entire deck whilst milling a Thassa's Oracle, cast the Thassa's Oracle, and win the game. So, the shell we've constructed around that is a Temur shell that's green, blue, and red, using Gilded Goose for acceleration, Aether Spellbomb, a little bit of interaction, and some chromatic spheres, Wrenn and Six, and Urza, the ultimate value package, along with Magal, Emry, Lurker of the Loch, and at the top end, Karn, the Great Creator, which explains why we're only playing 3 copies of Grinding Station in our main deck, because we of course have one in our sideboard, as well as a Walking Ballista, Engineered Explosives, Liquid Metal Coating, Grinding Station, Wurmcoil Engine, Ensnaring Bridge, Tormod's Crypt, and the addition / swap / change of the creator himself. We swapped in Skysovereign Consul Flagship for, I don't remember what, Paradox Engine is what they had before. He specifically said he would make that change. We have Veil of Summer's Lightning Bolts and Urza in the actual sideboard slots. I'm not exactly sure on what ratio we would be boarding these in. One assumes that Urza could come in for some number of something if we feel like our graveyard is being heavily threatened. Lightning Bolt obviously gives us some interaction against very aggressive decks and things that would be playing Collector Oof. And then Veil of Summer protects us from discard and counter magic. We are going to hop into a Modern League and just see how we can go by just jamming this in.
meanwhile,
in the Modern queue. Boop, boop. And we are also playing a Grixis Grinding Breach deck tonight from the one and only Arun Jiggy Wiggy Singh. Jerry Thompson said, quote, "That sounds like some kind of hip-hop artist," which I do not think in any way was not complimentary to my boy Jiggy Wiggy. Canadian Bobo, the one and only Alex Frank, says, "I had a coupon for M&M's. So many chicken Kievs." Is that with like a mushroom cream sauce? Is that chicken Kiev? I don't remember. Or is it like chicken cordon bleu but different? It's like chicken cordon bleu but different, right? Yes, Guto Ferrerinich. That's awful. We just need some Urza's main deck. Well, we got Urza's sideboard. That's got to be good enough for us. Yeah, butterflied with sauce inside. So it's sauce instead of ham and cheese, right? Which would be the chicken cordon bleu. Bleu. Chicken cordon bleu. All right. There's ham inside too? Okay, so it is. It is what I thought it was. All right. Ham and sauce. Oh, I love a good sauce. So we could turn to Uro into not Emry, or we could turn to Emry. So probably just going to save my food token and just cast a turn to Emry. You loved this hand. Well, I'm glad that we kept it for you. Emry, Lurker of the Loch. Oh, she resolved. Oh, I like that. Oh, no. Grinding Station went into my graveyard. The reason I'm saying oh no is now my opponent knows that I'm playing Grinding Station, and they could probably safely assume I'm playing Underworld Breach, which is not always something you want your opponent to know before you've killed them. Fortunately for us, this isn't actually a big deal, although the low number of basics left in my deck is worth noting and trying to stay abreast of. But, you know, if we just top deck a Breach right now, which we didn't, we could have won the game on the spot, but that's fine. We didn't need to. So, yeah. So, given what my opponent seems to be up to... Oh, we have plenty of non-basics, so we're definitely leaving the mountain in the deck. I'm just going to grab Stomping Ground since we're not super concerned about losing it. Oh, hold on. I want to put this Mox Amber on the battlefield first because I can tap it for mana with Uro whilst Uro is in play. And we can just cast Uro this turn. Seems fine. Seems good by me. Blue. Blue. And another green. Cast the Uro. Exile. 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 Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for the follow. One Blau Bear. I don't know what a Blau Bear is, but I'm a fan. Hey! Looks like somebody got a fax. Wow, opponent. You better hope you have a Force of Negation in your hand right meow. Also, I'm not telling you I'm going to hit you with this Uro. But I'm definitely going to hit you with this Uro. Bang. You don't win here. I certainly can. Was watching your YouTube, first time catching your stream, loved your Areo deck. Oh, which one? I hope the blue-green one, because that was my favorite. The Esper one was good, but it wasn't mine. And while you're right, we don't win here. You need more cards in the graveyard. You are not wrong. However, we're just going to jam this Karn down our opponent's throat. Coworker got a puppy. Well, that is a wonderful gift to the world, Alex. And I'm glad you shared that with me and all of us. I'm just going to grab Tormod's Crypt, jam this Crypt. Also going to play this Mox Amber. Jam this Gilded Goose. Got enough mana in play to make another food token, so we have our opponent completely... Crypt them before their main phase. Why? How can they put a card into my graveyard without putting an ability on the stack? Explain how. Explain how. Can you explain how? Well, now I have to do it. No. I understand for their Uro. But they only had 5 cards in their graveyard, including the Uro. They could not escape the Uro. Now they can escape the Uro. I will exile their graveyard. Okay. I just assumed they cracked the fetch. Well, that's fine, but then we do it when I did it and not when you said to do it. I will wait for my opponent to make the play that makes my play mandatory. Mandatory. Well... All right. I think this deck wanted to win this game. I'm not sure, but I think this deck wanted to win this game. What's in our yard? Tormod's Crypt, Mox Amber, and Grinding Station. So I'm going to start off with Chromatic Star. Unsurprisingly resolves. I'm going to play Breach. bouncing my Uro. I believe I still have enough mana to win. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the breach costs me 2. The grinding station costs me 2, but it eats my whole graveyard. Then I burn Mox Amber, cast Mox Amber, burn Mox Amber, cast Mox Amber. Eventually I'm going to hit an Emry, at which point I can crack the Chromatic Star. I still have 2 mana open, so I think I'm okay. Hey, we got a freaking sub. Thank you for the sub, one Bauble. You know what? Either way, we're going to let this resolve first, because sitting around here thinking about it wasn't getting us anywhere. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 5 mana, but that's still more than good enough for what we need it for. We can also use Karn to wish for a grinding station instead of breaching for it. I know. So first we'll cast this breach. Then we'll wish for grinding station. Hey, 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 hey. Gonna kill you now. Hey, 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 hey. Wait a minute now. Come and mill your cards. Come and mill your cards. All right. On tap. Okay. So. Oh, perfect. We immediately flipped an Emry. So, I would like to cast my Emry. No. No, I would like to cast Mox Amber first. And the reason I'm going to cast the Mox Amber first is if they have a Path to Exile in their hand, I would like a buffer of mana. So we will grind ourselves with Chromatic Star, draw a card. Boom. Feels good. All right. Still a land drop. Ba-boom. Fetch. Get a land. And we'll play the Emry. 1, 2, and a 3. Boom. Now we'll add a blue mana while Emry's in play. Please path me. They don't path me. Okay, looks like the game's over. So the most important thing is to be time sensitive from this point. So we will go, okay, so we've got auto targets. So we just go activate grind, sack the Mox, trigger, short, cast the Mox. 1, 2, 3. So always yield is fine. I don't like to always yes. I don't know why. Maybe it's just like a weird safety thing, but whatever. And luckily, even if they play something like a sadistic main decked surgical extraction, due to the fact that Thassa's Oracle is in my hand, we cannot lose this game. Trigger, yes. Go. This thing, that thing. Is that for me, Roy? Are you asking me if I like sushi or sashimi? Because the answer is yes, both. I like sushi more. But I do like sashimi. All right. So now that I feel a little more comfortable, we'll go always yes. Go this thing, this thing, this thing. Cast Mox Amber. 1, 2, 3. This thing, this thing, this thing. Cast Mox Amber. 1, 2, 3. This thing, this thing, this thing. We got 9 cards left, 3 more cycles. So satisfying after OP resolved Reclamation. I mean, maybe. I feel like when they were missing land drops, that was like the sign that they were not going to win this game. Come and mail your cards. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. You def missed lethal last turn, says my opponent. How did you have 2 breach this turn and not kill me last turn? So my opponent decided to have it at me for failing to kill them last turn. I do believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the number of cards in my graveyard was not conducive to actually trying to win the game that turn. Not sure. Neither am I. Neither am I. All right, so I'm not entirely sure how I want to sideboard here. I guess Aether Spellbomb doesn't seem particularly good. I don't like the idea of cutting any Uros or Wrenn and Sixes because they just help us get through a long game. So maybe just like a Chromatic Star, and I don't want to cut many more artifacts before that. We were so far ahead and I wasn't paying enough attention that I can either confirm. No, I mean, I felt far ahead and comfortable. So I didn't feel like I was forced to go for a combo in a situation where it felt difficult. And I knew the turn after I was going to be able to get them anyway, so. We'll have to go back to the tape is what we're saying. I don't want to cut a Karn. I think I'd rather cut an Engineered Explosives. It's difficult for me to feel comfortable cutting one of the quote-unquote zero-drop artifacts, but I feel like Veil of Summer is going to give us enough of an edge that it's not really going to matter. Let's find out. Did not see the question, but maybe OP was just curious. Meanwhile, in the BM chat, you can see here how my opponents say, how did you have 2 breach this turn and not kill me last turn? You def missed little last turn.
Meanwhile,
it does not seem particularly, wow, they mulled a 5. Okay. The way I read that, and again, it's the internet, and I wish ill, and I wish no ill will on anyone. Does not read in a way that I think is particularly respectful, or you'll wish ill for me, thank you. Sometimes I need that. I need someone else to be the hammer. I'm going to jam Grinding Station here. They've left their mana open. So I assume they had a counter there. We can always play Wrenn and Six next turn and still pick up our fetch land and make our land drop. Because they shocked this turn. Alright, well, I would like to draw land. Bang. That is not a land. But it is something that allows my Emry to come down for 1 mana. So I will take it. Nah, I'm good. And unfortunately, I can't tap this for any color other than blue right now, so we cannot cast Wrenn and Six. It also will not allow me to veil for my next card, but that will. So Path to Exile is so god awful in this matchup. I can't even. Can only odd. Yep, sure. So first we are play Wrenn and Six, and we can't veil that. Well, that's on me. I forgot that Veil was a card that they could bring in this matchup for any value. So, okay. I guess I'll top it. Yikes. I mean, yeah, I could have used the, oof. Yikes. All right. Listen. Deck. Listen. I'm not telling you not to do this. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just saying, if I were to draw an Underworld Breach right here, I wouldn't be mad about it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Bang. Oh, didn't do it. All right, that's fine. What about this guy? Really? Okay. Breach. Right there. Eh. Round 6. Alright, cool. We are play round 6 and pick up a land. Alright. Well, it's gonna be a tricky one. This is not a promise of the Mana Symbol Corporation. All promises by the Mana Symbol Corporation are ephemeral. Problems with promises made by the Mana Symbol Corporation can be taken up with Daniel Schriever of the Faithless Brewing Podcast. So they tucked my grinding station, and now they're gonna mill it away. Or shuffle it away. Interesting. I like so much Lurus in this Underworld Station deck. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, the mountain's in my graveyard. Yikes. I just got freaking wastelanded. Wasted. Lurus makes things really easier in Grixis or white-black versions. I mean, it depends. It really depends, right? Like, Lurus gives you action in some ways. Uro gives you action in other ways. Also, playing green allows you to play Veil of Summer, which, despite the way that this game is played out, is excellent. No, I mean, you're not wrong. That is true. You can use Lurus to rebuy a Breach, but I mean, we don't have a Breach in our graveyard anyway, so it's not really useful right now. So Muldrotha. Hi, Jiggy. We were trying to summon you earlier, but it didn't work. So, unfortunately, I can't use that mountain to play my Uro. But we'll just do it this way. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Hello? There you are. Just pondering between this one and Grixis. No, I don't know which one is better, and it's not really. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't care. Like, I definitely care which one is better. I'm just saying it's like not my area of expertise. for the most part to determine which one of these is better, so much as I care about just exploring the play experience with both of them. Path my Uro. Yikes. Do I want to search? Nah. I won't give you the satisfaction, opponent. They're both different and mostly equal. Yeah, so, but, I will say I'm surprised by the value of... Yikes! I mean, I guess I'll play this now. I am surprised by the value of Kroxa in the Grixis version, because I would have thought the power of Uro generating value on my side of the battlefield would be so much more valuable than the power of Kroxa hitting cards out of their hand, and that's just not true. It's just not true. It actually does not work that way. So they just put Aether Gust in their hand, which wouldn't be a problem, except they have Teferi Time Raveler in play, so this Veil of Summer is not useful. Unless I find a way to take this Teferi off the battlefield. So it looks like we're dead on this. It's, oh shit, it's Bilsiv. I mean, I know the name Bilsiv, but I don't remember exactly what context I'm supposed to remember him from. Team Sunny Days? Sure. Because that's an incredibly well-known thing that everyone is aware of the members of, and I'm not criticizing, I'm just like... I know what Sunny Days is, but it's like, oh yeah, Bilsiv of Sunny Days. It's like Cloud9 for Magic. Right. Don't have an Uro right now. No, I mean, yes, it is a true fact. So I could Veil to resolve my Uro, which will leave me still very dead, huh? Sorry, Veil to resolve my Karn. And I'm going to do it, but I don't feel great about it. Oh, well, I mean, I know they have Aether Gust in their hand, so this is not helpful yet, but it could be. How many cards in their library? 39. 39. I keep taking game actions. The number of cards in their library stays the same. Oh, yeah. No needle. I don't know. Hadn't really explored the sideboard fully. This was constructed and posted by someone who said he had how many trophies with this deck? 8? So one assumes that the needle is irrelevant. If there had been a needle, it wouldn't be. They have 3 frigging planeswalkers, so... No. Know what? This is trophy... What? First tie with this deck. What? Oh, well, maybe I misread it. It seemed to suggest to me... Okay, no, it's fine. I'm sure that I read it wrong. I'm just saying the way it was written to me. Yeah, sure. I understand. I misconstrued it. Yep. So they have an Aether Gust. I can play Breach, then I can play Veil, but unfortunately I don't have an infinite amount of mana. So after that point, I won't be able to do anything. I guess we could jam Breach and assume that they're going to Veil it, or Aether Gust it on top of my library. Yeah, good. Oh, that makes it so much easier. All right. Going to game 3. They mulled to 5, and they annihilated us by just going Planeswalker. So we did not keep a hand that was fast enough. Not even close. All right. Well, I thought this deck was a lot more tuned and vetted than it is. Now, I'm not saying we can't just run away from Tron. Yes, we can. But more importantly, we're running away to game 3. We won game 1. Winning game 1 against Tron is great. We got double Wrenn and Six. Let's go, baby. Y'all better force me. Y'all better force me to force. Because I'm going to force you to have fun. Moles to 5 again. Wild. I mean, I guess they know what they're doing. Brewing around with Arreo and Urza. Jiggy, you're here. If you want to take a look at that. Shoot, I did not mean to pass through that turn. So I'm going to take a little bit more damage than I meant to here, but that's okay. So, Stomping Ground and I guess Forest is fine here. I really don't want to grab basics in this matchup. I guess I don't have to. I'm just always protective of my life total, but I really don't need to be in this matchup. As God is my witness, I will not care about my life total. Oh, shit. All right, so they're either on Aether Gust or Growth Spiral here. I haven't seen a remand from them yet, I don't think. No. Emry has Summoning Sickness, so you always want to try to put an Emry in when you can. Also, Emry dodges Aether Gust in a matchup where we know they boarded in Aether Gust. Thank you for the follow, lore_infected. He did, though. He said make way for Willy. Path me? Hell yeah. I like mana. List looks jiggy adjacent. I assume that's a compliment, although I can also only assume that that means it has 61 cards in it. Possibly 62. So they have 3 mana open here. I can go Uro into nothing. So I guess I'd rather just jam Karn. And I guess I have 2 Karns, plus I get to leave a green open, so they're maybe afraid of Veil of Summer. Nope, no they are not. Dovin's Veto. Well, if I did have a Veil, I would eat them alive. But I do not. But I have a Wrenn and Six getting ready to ultimate, so maybe? Jace cannot beat that. Turn 5 to Fairy Wood. Crack Star. I would like to have it. That was on Veto on the stack. Well, I kind of want to have it in case I draw another Emry. Which is maybe slightly questionable. Yeah, I'm not doing that before combat. Def Cracket says Jiggy the Wiggy Arun Sing. Alright, well then we will Def Cracket. Bang. I could play an escape Uro this turn, right? Yeah. So we're going to do that. Or at least try to. Hello! Feels good. Oh, wait. I think the only land left in my deck that I can fetch is a... Wait, I should have one more island, right? Unless I milled it? No, good. Good. Well, that's... Wait. No, I did crack the Chromatic Star. All right, we'll just get the Ketria Triome, which means I don't have Veil this turn, which is 110% a mistake, which is fine. My opponent is drawing... Dovin's Veto, sure. Well, at least I'm forewarned. And I won't care. Oh, Time Raveler. Time Raveler is okay if we grab a Breach here. We did not. Well, I mean, I'm cracking this Wrenn and Six. All right, I can Foothills. Get my last land out of my deck. Play Uro. No, play Wrenn and Six. Hey, Alpinco. It's going all right. Force of Negation, which I cannot respond to because there's a Teferi in play, which is very fun. I did not realize my Wrenn and Six would be able to ping their Teferi, so of course they would do that. I can Veil to draw a card first, which makes my Karn uncounterable, as well as any other spells I choose to play this turn. Play the Karn. Karn will wish. Yes. I'll get Ballista, and I'll put the Ballista into play now. There is a very, very small chance that the card in their hand is Path to Exile, in which case we get screwed over. Z Magnus says Coding. Coding may have been the right choice. If that is the case, my bad. Three Fairy player IRL. Oh, so am I. I'll play Teferi if Teferi's a Force of Vigor. Wow. Wow, that's a yikes. All right. Scalding Tarn. I think... Is there one more land? No. Shit. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. All right. Play Uro. Draw a card. Done. Okay. Escape my Uro. Pitch land for Veil, then Uro. I was not afraid of them doing the thing. Don't ask me why. Probably makes sense that I should have been, but I wasn't, so we're here now. They have one card in hand. I guess that was the thing. They have one card in hand, and they Force of Vigored last turn, so I felt like there's no way they'll have an out. Bounce my Uro with Cryptic Command, sure. So if we have to here, we're gonna wish for... No, we just wish for Engineered Explosives. I could pitch a I could pitch a land for Veil before I do this, but I just don't need to, so I'm not going to. Play Grinding Breach. Or Grinding Station, sorry. Yes. Play an Emry. Okay. Okay, so next turn I should be able to go off with no problems. I have a Veil of Summer in my graveyard. How do I like the deck? I like the deck a lot. What I don't like is my overly critical opponent who's clocking me very hard. So forgive me if I am less interactive in chat than I would otherwise be. Drawing 2 cards, sure. Sure. Okay. Unfortunately, although I think we're guaranteed to win this game, we will not be able to do it due to clock and due to my inability to find a Underworld Breach. So I apologize to anyone who came here to see me win immediately. However, Growth Spiral, sure. Sure. Gets Archmage's Charm, sure. Got no. Ah. All right. So we got by the clock. So made by OP before the what? Bill Civ is the creator of Temur Grinding Breach? Bill added the Karns to your version. Wild. Well, I guess then it means that he was probably correct in the first game when he was saying that we missed lethal. Plays Force of Vigor, sure. I mean, my Uro's gonna kill ya. Oh my god, I drew the breach. Brutal. But unfortunately, I can't. Why is it? Ah, we're in declare blockers. God damn it. All right, sorry, everyone. So we had the kill there. Alrighty. Oh, they were just saying like, oh no. All they said was more people playing Breach makes me happy. I said that because I'm streaming, my client doesn't work quickly enough for me to play a deck like this. They said unlucky. I said no, it's not luck, it's a choice. So we had the win there, so we could put that in the W column for Temur Grinding Breach. you can summon up the deck list anytime you want here by hitting !deck in the chat. We are keeping this in the dark against Mattingly23. All right. So Taxes is either a very easy matchup or an unbelievably difficult matchup. And it completely comes down to Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. When that card comes down. The question is, when does that card come down? Turn 2. Very, very bad for us. However, we have EE. We have Emry, Lurker of the Loch. So, Emry plus EE is game. No. No, it's not. But it could be. It isn't. But it could be. We're on the draw. They already have the Thalia. I'm playing the Emry now. They could just path it, and then I'm going to be up a creek. So, we'll see. They could literally have... No, they couldn't. They could not have land drop, arbiter, and path, because they have a Thalia in play, which means they have to pay more mana for that. But we can dig out of this. Sword of Fire and Ice is scary, but they missed their land drop. Wrenn and Six is insanely good to draw. Not casting the Mox, nice. Playing Mox was free. You're not wrong. Thank you, folks, for reminding me that I could have played my Mox on turn 1, knowing that Thalia was going to be the problematic card that what I was going to run into. So thank you, folks. You are correct. So, whilst playing against Death and Taxes, please feel free to aggressively cast your Moxes onto a blank board. Your Emrys will thank you. I can't do the thing I want it to do because they will give it protection. Okay. Sorry, I was distracted by things and I made a grievous error. A general grievous error. Well, it's all right. It's not, but it could be. Could have done it into Thalia as well, since Emry would have cost 1. I completely agree with you. Completely agree with you. Yeah, we would have been in a much better spot if we had led on the Mox on 1, realizing we were against Taxes and their best possible draw was Thalia. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So we could get away with murder here. We'll see what happens. So first things first, let's pop this EE on 1. Try to kill their giver. They can give their Thalia protection from color, for protection from red or green in response. See what they choose. They chose red. Unfortunate. So I guess we just have to pick up a land. Use Emry to play the EE on 2. They can equip one of their creatures, crack in, and shock my Emry next turn, but then we'll be able to blow up both their creatures. So we should be able to recover from this, even though I horrendously misplayed. Should be able to recover from this. Do we deserve to win this game? I don't know. Are we going to be able to win this game? I don't know. Maybe. Let's find out. Cast Mox, though. I cannot cast the Mox. There's a Thalia in play. Unless you're saying cast the Mox and then tap the Mox to... It's mana neutral. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know why I'm being conservative with my Moxes, because having them in play gives me more value next turn. Also, well, shit, they had the freaking Batterskull in their hand anyway. Thought they were getting the Sword of Fire and Ice because it was efficient to do so. That was not the case. And I have a Flicker Wisp to reset my Engineered Explosives. So, yeah. Severely screwed up this game. severely screwed up this game. Apparently, I was not ready to deal with the ramifications of having to play this deck against Death and Taxes. Go figure. Breach is hard. No, this has nothing to do with Breach. This has to do with me being a sloppy, shitty Magic player. So... okay, so I think, unfortunately, Uro is the place to be. Thank you, friend. All right. Got the Uro. Let's go. Got the Breach. Let's go. Finally casting the damn Mox that I should have cast forever ago. All right. We'll see where we end up on the next turn. I was really hoping, and I did not invoke the name of Path to Exile, that they would not have Path to Exile there, but they did. Well, taking exactly 9 and dying. You know what? Happy to die. Happy to die there. Just get that game over with after I colossally screwed it up. So we definitely could have won that game. That is a learning experience from turn 1. From turn 1, that was learning experience. So do not make the same mistakes that I did in that game. I don't know if I want Urza in this matchup. Happens to the best of us. I disagree with that statement on principle, but thanks, Jig. You've seen it happen in a Seif. That's, yeah, that's true. It's weird the combination of games that you play 110% perfectly and you still end up like just barely losing, and the games where, like that one, multiple times I feel like I could have completely blown that open and been fine, and I wasn't, and they were consistently able to exploit my failure. See you, one Blaubeer. All right. Play first. Geez, is that keepable? So we got turn 1 Goose into not much. And the engineered explosives, I might want to pop it on one. I think we got to toss this back. Not enough lands and not enough anything. It's turn 1 Emry. Plus we can pitch one of these Uros. This I will take. Honestly, I think that I'm just kind of tilted after losing the first match in a fashion where we should have been able to win. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I'm making decisions at a speed that defeated me. So this was not unexpected and is totally acceptable given our hand. While I would have liked to just have the Emry exist, we just get to do this. Deploy the new Emry, deploy Chromatic Star, and we're kind of kicking. Kick it. Although we mulled 2 breaches, so not the best. Relic, rude. That is so rude. Although we played Karn, so Relic and Path. Whew. All right, let's see if we pick up a land here, I guess. No. All right. Could have played that in a different order and gotten the goose into play as well. All right. I accept your premise. Yeah, I don't, the colors, yeah, because I have the mountain, and the reason I fetched the mountain is not a mistake. The mountain is not in play because it's a mistake. The mountain's in play because if I had drawn a turn 2 Wrenn and Six, I wanted to have access to it. So I'm not sure on that one. Are they fielding me? No, Arbiter, sure. As long as they don't have a path here. All right. All right. So kill the Arbiter. Fetch. I gotta sack my food to play Uro this turn, but it's worth doing because we're gonna go Steam Vents. Not super worried about my life total this game. Crack Star now. We're going to crack the Star with Uro in play. Sure, we'll crack it now. Well, we'll see what Uro grabs me. At minimum, Uro's going to give me the mana to crack the Spellbomb. So we shock, go 1, 2, let Uro go, play the grinding station. We'll be able to grind down our Mox Amber and then escape Uro next turn. I would have done it even before floating mana just in case. That's fair. That's fair. I wasn't thinking of using it that aggressively, but we certainly could have. Sure. I should have left that Arbiter in play. Would have been so much more expensive for them. I cannot escape Uro this turn. I just realized that. Unless I draw lands. Well, I guess I will not grind myself yet. Because if I draw Wrenn and Six, we can escape the Uro? Yes, we can. Or that? Yeah, that does it too. So, Forest... Grind myself, crack using the Amber. Play the Uro. Nope. Grinding myself, R-rated stream. Fair enough. Fair enough. I will let Tippergore know that stream is R-rated. I guess I want to keep this Mox over. Oh, I have 2 Misties. Perfect. I grind myself all the time. Wow, Jiggy. It's a bold comment on stream, but I support you, brother. I support you. Maybe you shouldn't have put that into play. Just kept it to cycle. I hate the 3 mana cycle on it, but it's probably correct. Croxa loves the good grind. You just grind yourself and Croxa's all over you. Put Urian in their hand. All right. So they're planning on putting Batterskull into play. So I'm going to sack that to draw. It's not really what I wanted. That kind of is. All right. Yeah, they're dropping Batterskull into play or Sword. Either way, I'm going to attack. See what we can find here. Hopefully one of our 2 remaining breaches. No. I don't really want to EE on 2. Guess we'll grind ourselves and draw a card. It's not the card I wanted. All right. Sure. Sure. Well, guess I could play EE on 0. Can let their germ do its work. And then if they want to play Urian at end step to flicker the Batterskull and the Stoneforge, it's not going to get as much value. So, sorry, on main phase 2. We're actually pretty happy to see them play Urian here because it really doesn't affect the game plan that we're trying to enact. Yep. All right. Sack this. What do you think the odds are to not hit a 4 of and 36 cards? Well, there's only 2 of them right now because we've already hit, we already ground 2 of them down. So, not as low as it would be if it was actually the thing that you said. So, I don't know. Sort of Feast and Famine. All right. So we would like to draw our Underworld Breach now, please. Oh, you're talking about your game. Incredibly low. We can actually calculate that, right? Odds. So, odds. Number of cards in deck, 36. Number of successes, 4. Number of draws, 1. Number of successes needed, 1. Your odds are 11.1. So not probably as high as you would have hoped for. We know they have Feast and Famine in their hand now. So this turn, we're just going to play Bauble. Yeah, sure. And Bauble. Okay, so we'll go always yield. Yes, yes. All right. And PS the turn. Unfortunately, they're playing Urian decks, so we are not going to be able to grind them out in any reasonable speed. Couldn't find one time more than 36 draws, cost me the game. Yep. I mean, That's how it happens. In our first 15 cards, we hit 2 Underworld Breaches into our graveyard, but none of them into our hand, where we need it. Which, I don't know if you know this, it's not great. Equip it to the germ. Equip it to the germ. Damn. Opponent found the line. They found the line. All right. All right, deck. We got 3 shots. 3 shots at a breach. Yeah, they're digging for relic, I assume. Sure. Oh yeah, we are definitely dead next turn. Top card is Arbiter. That would be unfortunate. Well, yeah, that's oh, we got the Uro draw still. All right. Take me there, buddy. Uh-oh. No. Oh, man. I have a food in play. Maybe I'll live. No, there's no way. I could Emry into another Uro, which will gain me 3. I'm going to gain 3. We could fetch first. Yikes. Yeah, the 2 breaches are in there. Emry didn't mill me an Uro. I could grind myself to try to find one. Yeah, killing the germ is no longer relevant. Because I have blockers. Yikes. I'm down to 10 cards in library? Holy crap. Well, I didn't hit any of the breaches. Yeah, we're just dead here. Well, that was unfortunate. That was incredibly unfortunate. All right. So I severely punted game 1. So let's just mentally reset here. I'm going to grab a little more water. There's nothing to be sad about, Roy. I mean, that last game was just tough, right? The first game was everything not to do in a matchup again, playing Grinding Breach against Death and Taxes. And the second one, we just had some bad luck. We had an Uro in play for multiple turns, and it just didn't matter. And we even got to mill ourselves at the end of it, and that also didn't matter. All right, this hand's not great, but I'll keep it in the dark on the draw, bottom of Karn, and hope it all works out. I mean, I guess that could be a way we could draw into it. Misty's not the best start for us to see. Been playing some Modern ad nauseum, so I've been getting more affiliated with hypergeometric calculators. Yeah, they're something. All right, we'll shock a Stomping Grounds here. Jam this grinding station. Remand. Mana leak. Deprive. All right, nothing. Like it, love it. Just for the love of God, people, play tighter than I did against Death and Taxes. Wow, they're on all expeditions and stuff, huh? Sure. Oh, the full art Uros? So the question here is, if they don't have a Force of Negation, can I in fact win the game? So, we play the Breach, we use Grinding Station to grind ourselves with Chromatic Star, we will then have 5 cards in our graveyard. If we hit a 0-drop, we're good to go. Because I have 1 mana in play, I have the 0-drop. No, I need a little bit more, because in order to escape an Emry, which I will eventually need to do, yeah, cool. So we're not quite able to win the game this turn. At least not deterministically. No. We're just not able to do it. We're just ever so slightly short, which is fine. Yeah, it's like I'm 5'11" and a half. I'm slightly short. I mean, I'm taller than most, but I'm not quite tall. So it's all right. Pass the turn. Next turn we should be rock solid, so. Red, white? What? Red, white, and blue and green. Oh, Omnath. Sure. Resolves. Do you like extended art or full art better? Which one's which? Full art is in no text? Unstable end. Full art. The thing I love the most about full art, the reason I like full art the most out of those options is because there's less text on the card. And, say what you will, whoever you are, but I freaking love the textless cryptic command. I love it. It's just beautiful. It's insane, but it's beautiful. Bolt me. Wow. 4-color Omnath getting real aggressive. Okay, so we milled a 0-drop. So if my Breach resolves this turn, we win a lot. So play the land out to beat your mana leak, and I can beat your remand. So Breach? Okay. Mox Amber. When I think about you, I grind myself. Whoa, I don't want anybody else. Whoa, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. You're the one that makes me come breaching. You're the grind that makes me win. What's that song called? When I think about you, I touch myself. Not joking. It's the full name of that song. All right. By the Divinals. Was featured in Austin Powers' The Spy Who Shagged Me. Oh yeah, it is not subtle. In the words of Bob's Burgers writers about Oil Slick, it is not subtle. I look at it. No, it's a great song. It's actually musically quite interesting because the bridge is like just in this like really random early spot. All right, Emry. I think my opponent's given up, but we'll see. Nope, that one. So they could have path here. They could have path and bolt. So I would like to put excess amounts of devotion to blue into play. Not actually sure if I can do that. I suppose what I should do is fetch now. See if I can find a forest, because then I could play an Uro. Breeding pool works fine. So I exiled the other Uro. Okay. I'm going to chalk this down to Zach is trying to outgame someone who doesn't have a plan and is just ready to lose, and it's just making me go through the motions. Because that's literally what it's been every time. I've never had anyone who's actually blown me out on Breach combo once we've got going. But it's always possible, and it's always there in my mind. And you gotta ask Alex Frank, where's my mind? The Pixies might know. I have gotten a lot of concessions, actually. I feel like I usually get concessions, but maybe I'm just luckier than you on that respect. I was asking you, where is my mind, Alex? I said that you or the Pixies would know. You never do. Well, that's a shame. Oh yeah, Roy, the pre-chorus to When I Think About You, I Touch Myself is when I feel down, I want you above me. God, it's really clever, although I can't remember it all. But it's a good one. It's legitimately quite a song. All right. So I'm hoping when they go for the blowout here, they only have a single piece of interaction. Although, no, wait, what do I care? I'm gonna Thassa's Oracle with 0 cards in my deck. God damn it, Zach. Why do you keep doing this to yourself? Just think it out to its conclusion. And the conclusion is almost always that your opponent is just salty and they're making you click through your clicking tens of combo, which is fine. Which, if I had been actually doing the way I'm supposed to, would be less clicks than it is right now. I will grind out all the cards from my library. I will now cast Thassa's Oracle. What say you, opponent? Trigger. All right. Did opponent salt off? No. But I would consider this the Silent Salt. They made me spend 3 minutes of my clock doing that. All right, so let's take an engineer. Silent Salt helps, yeah. So let's take it 1 E, 1 Uro, and 1... Oh, the Spellbomb. I feel like that's correct. My 8-rack opponent turn 1 Inquisition and took Emry, even though I had Unearth in hand. Maybe they didn't read the Unearth jig? That's all I can assume. Maybe they're not really 8-rack. Maybe they're blue-black mill, and they're just on a really bad draw. I mean, everyone's got to learn sometime, right? Yeah, that's fair. But you were going to do that anyway, right? Like, you clearly were going to play the creature out. Also, real talk about meme talk. Jebaiting just means baiting people. We didn't need a new word for it that contained the old word for it. Does that make me an old man? Yes, but that's not the point. Yo, they totally jebaited me. In what way did they bait you? I mean, they baited me. Okay. So, what? It makes you an old J-man. Yes. Yes, Roy. Yes. Thank you. 10 points to Gryffindor. Oh, that's fantastic. All right. So I drew a Scalding Tarn, but my life total is not super relevant in this matchup. We're going to play the second Goose. Second Goose is second Galoose, and then we're going to play Emry. The reason we're playing Emry, not Wrenn and Six this turn, is because Emry has Summoning Sickness and also can be pathed into a land. If they path my Emry into a land, I have extra mana next turn for Karn. Karn the Great Non-Mask Wearer. Look at her, not wearing a mask. Who do you think you are? Oh, yeah. Is my setup still screwed up? It is. Hold on. Perfect. All right. Teferi. Resolves. She's got everything in her sideboard apart from a mask. This is correct. So I think I'm just playing Emry, Wrenn and Six this turn. Seems good. I can play Wrenn and Six, pick up the island. Even if they have a force here, I'm not... Oh, I can kill their Teferi. I'm going to do that because I'm not a nerd. I mean, I am a nerd, but not that kind of nerd. I think I'm going to go ahead and not play out this other Gilded Goose, even though I could, because I'm like vaguely concerned that they could play Supreme Verdict. I mean, I'm not. I'm crouched in this elevator shaft, but you know, I'm walking here. All right, pass the turn. Do what you want over there. She's got explosives, a crypt, and even a frigging boat. I think she calls it a yacht. Roy? It's a yacht, right? It's not a boat. She doesn't belong to the boat club, Roy. The boat club is full of boat enthusiasts. The yacht club, I mean, the mayor belongs to the yacht club. Come on now. Passes the turn. I love it. I love it. Don't you path me. Don't you upkeep path me. I will cast a card out of my graveyard in response. Well, I will give myself the ability to cast it until end of turn in response. Island? Need to brush up on my American. Don't we all? Let's cast Grinding Station. Veto? Mana Leak. I could pay for that, right? Do I want to? Sure. I'm willing to eat another Mana Leak here. Resolves? Damn. That's all right. That's fine. Everything's gonna be okay. Resolves. Does not resolve. Green? Blue? Growth Spiral. Very well. Have at it, fiend. Alright. And then... yeah, I will continue not to cast this Gilded Goose for fear of Verdict. Or some other wrath. Deafening Clarion. What have you. Fiend versus friend. Yes. Yes, one word does in fact make a difference. Teferi. Yep. Please bounce my Grinding Station. Please bounce my... Boo! Boo! Rubbish. Filth. Boo. Don't do it. Alright. Not what I wanted to draw. But acceptable. Well, not allowed to interact. But I suppose I'll attempt to cast Karn. Don't negate me. Might get mana leaked. The embarrassment of the mana leak. They got a tapped Mystic Sanctuary. Whoops. Maybe it's because they couldn't tell that their Temple Garden wasn't a... Sure. Wasn't an island. Ooh, well. We're going to poke their Teferi. Because if they do choose to minus next turn, it means that I get to... ping it with Wrenn and Six and kill it. I'm going to play this other Gilded Goose, although I still am concerned about a Supreme Verdict. Because I'm not cracking the food for it, it will at least leave a artifact behind, which may prove to be relevant in the future. Does this mean I am suddenly playing well? No, but it's closer. Closer to playing well. What do you got, nerd? Sure. Pluses to Fairy. Man, this is our deck is not drawing us out of this at all, unfortunately. Wow. That's super unfortunate. Okay. I mean, losing my Emry isn't a big deal if we can find the, Yikes. So... I already have a grinding station, so what can I Karn for this turn that's in any way relevant? Oops. Okay. I guess I'm supposed to go find an Uro, but then... Like, I'm supposed to grind myself to find Uros, and I should have been doing that earlier, but... They're just gonna bounce it with Teferi. Karn into Bridge has the same problem. Karn into EE on 0 will kill both my foods, but otherwise is okay. Use the food to cast the Karn. Guess they're resetting Hour of Promise here? Third field. No. That cannot be what they got. They put... Sorry. Alright, whatever. All right. So we get to kill all their zombies and make a food. Keep my Karn alive for another turn. I hope they don't have infinite land drops. I do have a Veil of Summer in my graveyard, so if I'm ever able to make it up to Wrenn and Six Ultimate, then we'll be able to combo off uncounterably, or at least semi-uncounterably. But still have to eventually try to deal with this Teferi. Yeah, sure. Hello, Dan Bopes. The bopiest of Dans. Bop, bop. Bop, 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 Dan Bops. Pow. Get out of here, zomboys and zomgirls. Equal representation on the carnage. Don't you bop me. I will bop you as many times as I like, Dan Bops. You and your exceptional MTG bot program. Bop. It's a quality emote. Opponent is sanctuarying back their Hour of Promise. Not unexpected. No, sorry, friend. We're not doing music tonight because this is going up in YouTube. For better or for worse, let's say. Because we have made some, let's say, questionable decisions thus far. First questionable decision, registering Temur Grinding Breach. Second questionable decision, misreading the tweet of the person who had the list and thinking that they had vetted it much more heavily than they had. Triome seems okay. Still haven't hit an Uro. Want a Karn for anything here? Oh, I did board out an Uro, so I guess that makes sense. I'm just alpha testing the deck. Well, I wouldn't go that far. Like, this deck has done stuff in the past. So, hey, JK Torborg, it's going all right. I've had better. We lost match 1 to timing out. Then I lost match 2 to brutally misplaying nonstop. So, you know. Now we're being confronted with our own humanity. All right. Well, I suppose I will just rinse and repeat the last turn and hope that that is in any way useful. Yeah, just one of them days. Okay, so now that the cards in their hand are one unknown and the Hour of Promise. So if they have another land, they can double trigger their Omnath, wipe out my Karn, which Karn is basically irrelevant at this point, so that's fine. So what's really important here is what is the mystery card. Yep. Ooh. It's gonna be a lot of zombies. What, Doctor? We've got a lot of zombie action coming in today. Don't do it. Don't you do it. If you want to play Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, you did not need this. Although it is technically the... Wow, just goes to combat. Whew. We're just really hoping the last card in their hand is not a hard counter. I just take this, right? Oh, but if they have the other land, they kill us. Sure. Pop. Bang. All right. I have 31 cards in my deck. I got 4 copies of Underworld Breach. would like to draw one, and I would like my opponent not to have a hard counter. Because I got plenty of mana for a soft counter, but I do not have enough for a hard counter. That's okay. It's not the droid I was looking for. However, we're not out of this yet. We're not out of this yet. Pick up a Triome. Do I have another land? They don't have any fetches in play, so we don't have any instant speed zombies coming in at us. So, cycle. Okay. Don't have a Mox Amber in play. Let's play it. Sure. Nope. Where's my soundboard? Because we need one of these guys.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
Nope. All right. So, I guess we'll just play the Uro out of the graveyard, see where we end up. Let's go, baby!
Compadres,
Hey, thanks for the follow, the joy of gaming.
Before the start of the rainy season.
Draw.
And remember, a shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya.
It's not over yet. I'm not dead yet. Mostly dead is slightly alive, remember everyone. Because for whatever reason, they decided to instantaneously cast the Hour of Promise in their hand, create a bunch of zombies on their main phase that would be killed by my my engineered explosives, which was sitting in play. So, shrug. They did fetch double Scalding Tarn. Bouncing my Uro, sure. So they can double trigger their Omnath. They can triple trigger their Omnath. So we're at virtual 9. They can attack for 4. So they need a little more damage. Sure. Don't think I have any lands left in my deck. No, I do not. All right. Anything crazy happened? Not so much. Oh, they're gonna ping my Wrenn and Six. I mean, it doesn't really matter if we top deck the Underworld Breach and that they don't have the counter still, but it's frustrating, nonetheless. Because my plan of being able to Veil this turn and just shut out their ability to deal with the grinding station or Underworld Breach that I was finally going to draw was going to be great. Cycles their Triome, sure. Yeah. No, I knew that was there. I just my mind just blanked on it for whatever reason. I didn't realize that just because it wasn't going to kill my Wrenn and Six doesn't mean it wasn't going to stop it from ulting. So, all right, deck, do it. Okay, and the Veil, and the Veil, and the Veil. All right. Well, let's get Steam Vents because I want as much mana as possible. Damn it! It's fine. I don't need to do it during main phase 1. Sorry, my client is seizing up because this match has gone on for a while, so let's go play star. Okay, yes, yes. All right, we just have to see if they have a hard counter here. That's the only thing that matters. I could try to draw into the Veil first, but I don't want to tap down low enough that I won't be able to combo through Mana Leak or Remand. Hold on. Tap this. Grind me. Sack that. What's up with G Station? What you talking about? Okay. All right. Play a new Mox. So let's go. Always yes. So we'll go tap this for green. Sack to mill. Sorry. Yeah, we're in big trouble now because we still need to, in theory, win game 3 here. So yeah, we're trying to draw a Veil of Summer so we can go off without being worried about it, but I think this is my last draw. Yeah, it's not gonna do it. All right, play the Breach. Do you have it? All right, never had a chance. All right, so we're on the 0-3, but severely punted match 2. Match 1 we only lost because of timeout. Oh, were we up a game? Well, shit. That could not have been game 1. Was it? No, it was game... Okay, so I won game 1. Weird. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah. Rebooting between rounds is insane, right? Like that should not be a thing that needs to be done, right? I mean, I guess if my computer is in such a state that's what needs to be done, then I guess I should, but woof. I mean, I think part of the problem is just longer games and longer matches in general, because the log, I think what happens is the game log has to remember everything that's happened in the entire match for whatever reason, even though when you go watch the replay it records them as individual games. So I've rebooted during doing side buttering times. My computer's sort of old. I mean, mine's not even old, right? Like, considering how old Moto is, but yeah, that's fair. I mean, if we have to do it, we have to do it. And I certainly could have done it there because I wasn't changing my sideboarding, so we had basically a free 3 minutes. Okay, let's draw red source. Wait, I don't need to. So let's not get forced, please. No force. Cool. Between Chrome and Moto, I had 10.5 gigs of RAM used on a new build. Yikes. They're not cleaning out objects when they're done with them. Ooh. He says, pretending to know what that actually means. So let's go island. Let's go hatch of food. Play Emry. So what's the combo itself? Mill yourself for 3, escape with breach. Yeah, no, so there's 0 cost artifacts in this deck. There's Mishra's Bauble, there's Mox Amber, and there's EE for 0. So if you have a grinding station, Underworld Breach, and a 0 mana artifact, you can grind out your whole deck. And if you have a Thassa's Oracle in there, as well as some additional cards in your graveyard, then you can win the game by doing that. There's a Thassa's Oracle right here. It's right here. Hey-oh. Love drawing the Veil this early. Not objecting to it. So, pick the Foothills. So I'm gonna jam Karn this turn with Veil backup. If we get a good blowout here, we could just try to strip mine them out of this game. This looks like a good blowout here. Oh, friend. Heyo. I'd like to play that this turn. Karn resolves. Cast the Bauble. I'm gonna plus Karn because they do in fact play Lightning Bolt. Pass the turn. Listen, Moto, I've been good. I already have 6'd. See this spinning wheel? Good. 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 I hate how much I love Veil. It's sickening. I mean, I know the feeling. Listen, they took away my Astrolabe and they left Veil. This is not my fault. This is not my fault. I would happily play Astrolabe and never play Veil again. Blue. White. Red. Green. Omnath. Alright, so we win? In theory, if I can combo quickly enough, we've won. Unless they have Force of Negation. Let's draw Veil. Okay. So. Grinding Station. Cast. Sure. Yes. Breach. Got him? Got him? Yay! My opponent was a decent human being! Oh my god. Alright, we are gonna kick the client here, because... Yikes. So... let's do that. Thanks for sticking with me, folks. Apologize about the shoddy play thus far, but we will try to recover in the next chunk of this league. That's how you know it wasn't me playing against you. It also wasn't the person in the first match who did the exact same thing. And then they said, oh, it's good to see more people playing Breach, which, like, come on. If you really are happy about it and you want to encourage people to do it, maybe don't time them out.
Meanwhile,
Maybe don't time them out. That's all I'm saying. See this card here that looks really cool? This GIF is excellent. Well, thank you so much. Aminole? Aminol? Amniole? Amniole? Amniole. I like it. It's so Latin. It's a djinn of some sort. Well, it's a commander from the new commander set, and it gets like +1/+0 when it attacks for each flying creature you control. And it's a commander, and it's amazingly mediocre. I mean, listen. I get that the new commander set was intended for commander limited, so they had to make sure that there were like enough legendaries in the product. I just think it's funny to have like super mediocre legendaries, like Slinvoda. Mediocre legendaries are my kink. Because I was around when they did Kamigawa, and it was the first time they ever made uncommon legends. And a lot of them were mediocre. Brothers Yamazaki comes to mind. And we're getting the Mothers Yamazaki, I believe. It was on Gavin Verhey's Twitter. Alright, we're against the Luris deck. That means business. And we opened on the combo. So let's go.
Stay on target.
This man is totally insane. Thank you!
Roy, name that movie. Try it again.
This man is totally insane. Thank you!
I think it's not that loud. There's a line before the thank you. Yeah. Okay, so you can hear it. So the question is, name that movie film. This man is totally insane. All right, you want to hear it one more time? Play it one more time. I don't know if I can't turn it up any louder.
Totally insane. Thank you.
I guess I gotta go turn up my recording. Check out our draw. We're like very much Blood Moon resilient here. Still can't hear it. One more time. One more time.
This man is totally insane. Thank you.
It's okay. What if I told you it was the greatest Arnold Schwarzenegger Christmas movie of all time? It has Phil Hartman and Sinbad. Don't know what the name is. Jingle All the Way. Alex takes the square. Circle takes the square. He's Santa in it. I think he does pretend to be Santa at some point, yes. I did not mean to do that. Whoops. Play the Triome. Plays E on 1. Like I don't even care. Pick this shit up. Play the Bauble. All right. He's not Santa, but he does temporarily dress up as Turbo Man. Oh, also, what is his name? Chris Parnell's in the movie too. He's got a tiny bit part. Wears some red jacket. He wears like a red like suit of power armor when he's pretending to be Turbo Man. That does happen, but it's not like a red jacket. Is he divorced? No, he's married, but there is the like this little side plot that like his neighbor, who's played by Phil Hartman, is like trying to horn in on his wife a little bit. Phil Hartman, of course, the voice of Lionel Hutz and Troy McClure. The divorced one is Tim Allen in The Santa Claus, if that's what you're thinking of. Because I also love that movie. That is a quality film. Whatever one's feelings on Tim Allen are, and I know there are dissenting opinions on the qualities of Tim Allen. I like that movie a lot, so yeah, that seemed like they were dead. All right, so Veil of Summer seems real good. And then I'm not sure on Lightning Bolt. I don't even know what matchup these Urzas are for. I think you only saw an ad for Jingle All the Way. You probably saw the best parts. But the Santa Claus is definitely one of my favorite movies, because favorite Christmas movies, because it really does keep a really beautiful sort of like whimsical, sweet tone to it, other than it's like Tim Allen's parts I think are funny. I could see how people would think they were kind of like chafing, you know, because he's kind of like obnoxious funny. But Night Alex. But I really like that movie. Like really, really like that movie. And it was another one of those ones that when I was a kid and I had divorced parents and like I had a single mother, single father, you know, setup, that like the going to a Chinese restaurant or like did they go to a Denny's? I think they go to a Denny's on Christmas Eve. Cause he messes up the turkey. And that was kind of my dad. And God bless him, he really did try. And it you know, that can't be easy. So they go to a Denny's, right? And they get the classic waitress, like the classic like cigarette voice waitress. Like she comes up to them on Christmas Eve and's like, "Welcome to Denny's, what do you have?" And I think there's a bunch of Jewish people at like the table next to theirs. I could jam this Emry this turn. Kind of want to have this Veil of Summer ready to go because they Bomat couriered on one. Yeah, we're out of chocolate milk. We're out of chocolate milk. Regular's fine. Oh God, that's such a good scene. Ooh. Bad things are happening, friends. What doesn't kill me feeds the Scourge of the Skyclaves. Alright. Can't pop these baubles if I want to play this Emry. Okay, that helps. Kind of. Hopefully we don't die. Let's pop a bauble. On top of their deck is Swift Spear. On top of my deck is... Do I want to draw this card? What is it? Bauble? Alright. I have a E. Just watched that on Xmas myself. Yeah, it's a fine film. Because the asshole killed Santa. Not on purpose. It was an accident. He didn't think Santa was real. I mean, come on. He kills Santa by saying, "Hey buddy, what are you doing on my roof?" So, I mean, I don't know how much blame you can get hit for by that one. Like, dude shouldn't have been on the roof. I'm not coming down on a Jesus Judas kind of side of things here, but probably was not a safe spot going on the roof. Can I hit it with the American? Can we say roof? Is that a real thing that people do? I feel like it is. People say roof. Or garage. Does anyone here legitimately say garage? I would like to know. I want to meet the garage sayers. Because I thought it was totally fabricated for a long time. Then I found out that there are people, in fact, who say garage. All right, so I want to EE on one and then pop it, lock it, and then next turn we should be able to win. If they have bolt, we're dead. Yeah, but is the second G hard or is the second G soft? League's going okay. We're 1-2 now. We should have won the first match, but I timed out. And then the second one, I super messed it up. I say garage, Lamau. My car is oftentimes in a garage. Yeah, but do you say garage or garage? Is it j or j? Garage or garage? Because, like, it's subtle, but I always notice it. Am I dead? TBR. I am super mega dead. Got it. Got it. Garage. Yeah. All right. That's the one. That's the one I'm thinking of. Either. No, either is unacceptable. I've never heard garage until, like, midlife. I call it the wrong... I call it my car hole. Well, la-di-da. Mr. Fancy Pants in his garage. It's a car hole. It's a car hole, people. Car hole. All right, we're going to bring in a little bit more interaction on the play, which doesn't actually make sense, so maybe I should go back to the way I was boarded for game 2. It's the blend of the two, and it depends on how fast I say it. Yeah, it's just, again, it's just one of those words that until a certain point in my life, I'd only ever heard it pronounced one way. So, but like pasta versus pasta, and I've had this discussion with someone. I honestly, when someone brought it up, what region do you live in? I'm in the North Midwest. I've heard in Southern Ontario. So more north than your most northernmost, easternmost states. It's kind of like New England, but even whiter. What was your most impressionable pronunciation mishap? Ooh. I don't know. Because one of the things that is definitely true about being when I grew up in Toronto, it's such a multicultural city that there are varied and acceptable, like there's so many different accents, and so a lot of things do get pronounced multiple different ways. Pasta instead of pasta? Yes. Yeah. No, and that's the thing. So perfect. Yeah, that's a perfect example. So here I've heard pasta and pasta. And at one point, someone asked me, well, which one is natural for you to say? And I literally couldn't figure it out because I'd never thought about it. Like, Roy, you're also from Toronto. Confirm or deny, pasta and pasta, both both common and acceptable. Yeah, it's like context dependent, right? It's like either versus either. Well, thank you for the follow there, Ice Cream Lesbian. I certainly would have a homo or heterosexual relationship with ice cream, because it's fabulous. Especially when combined with milk and blended to a delicious consistency. My opponent on turn 1 said real ominous looking forest there as they cast their Thoughtseize into my Veil. I said, yeah, I love it. They said, no. I was talking about the Veil. Although the art on that card is good. All right, this one resolves. You got this one. Would you like my other Emry or my Oracle? Ice cream is always a homosexual relationship. Explain how. Dan, you have to be more specific in text. You can't just say P-A-S-T-A is never acceptable. Pasta or pasta? Basically Canadian, I've never heard that. I'm from Minnesota, eh? Oh yeah, Minnesota. That's right up there. Super, super similar to a lot of different accents up here in Canada. So that's the Minnesota. Uh-oh. Well, that's trouble. Hey, remember how we were going to win the game with Underworld Breach? Well, we still can't. If we play Breach and they don't pop this right away, we have to play the Thassa's Oracle, and then it's going to make that super, super long and awkward. Well, I guess we could find out right away. Not really. All right, so... I mean, let's start gaining value for now. Oh, good. No, not good. There goes my Oracle. Well, shoot. Well, yeah. This could be better. Pass the turn. Ice cream is good, and we know being queer is good, unlike you heathen heteros. Oh, Dan Bopes with the follow. Dan Bopes? Dan Bops? Dan Papies? Yeah, tell me. Just combo without it. That doesn't work so good, but we'll try. You just have to believe. All right, fair enough. If we lose this game, I want it on record that it's because I didn't believe enough. That is the truest fact. There's lipstick lesbians and chapstick lesbians, but I have ice cream on my lips more than either, so boom. Love it. All right, let's find an Uro. Right, meow. Bang. It's not really what I wanted. It could find me an Uro, but I'd rather not play it while they still have 4 cards in hand, any of which could be a removal. Basically, it's a lesbian in-joke. Yeah, but it's a quality lesbian in-joke, right? Okay, but I have not heard chapstick lesbian, so I guess that's like a more butchy thing. Dan Bopes gifts the tier 1 sub to MTG bot. You are a hero, friend. Bolting Emry. This seems familiar. Has this happened before? Another Soul Guide Lantern. Okay, that's just... You're just getting rude, is what you're doing, opponent. I don't... They exile Breach. Okay. You need more viewers. You're slowly becoming my favorite streamer. Yikes. Friend, you need to learn about quality. There's got to be better streamers out there than me. I don't know what I did to earn that accolade, but I will tentatively accept it because I feel wrong not to. But I'm probably just embarrassed. Don't sell yourself short. All right, all right, all right. I like me too. I like myself. I'm just surprised people on the internet like me. If anyone here does like me and you want to hear thoughts from other amazing brewers with whom I frequently work, check out the Serum Visions podcast. I just threw the link in there. It's a podcast that I host with the incredible Brian M. Artificer and Arun Jiggy Wiggy Singh. Jiggy Wiggy has been a long time. Well, thank you. I knew someone in Twitch chat would be accurate. All right, hold on. I gotta try to navigate this situation. I don't want to play this Uro into the Soul Guide Lantern. I could play the EE on 2, crack it, and then try to replay it. Could play EE on 1, crack it to kill a Soul Guide Lantern, but we don't get anywhere from that. NFI. All right. So let's try to get some value and then just kill Scourge with Lightning Bolt when they crack the Soul Guide on me. Yeah. So they're just refusing to let me get any value, which in a way is sort of going to be their undoing, I hope. Because they're being a little bit too aggressive with it, I think. I could be wrong. Holy crap, I could have just played Uro to kill their Skyclave. All right, live and learn, live and learn. I knew that before, and then I just didn't remember when it mattered, which is fun. And then I could have had the mana open to play Veil this turn. So, yeah. Let's try thinking about our plays a little bit more. You love Urza KCI type piles. I mean, I love Urza. I love Urza very, very, very much. Probably inappropriately. Okay, so since I'm at 21, I'm just going to play this EE on 1. All right, see ya, JK Torborg. Attack for 1. I guess I'm turning on their Death Shadow here, but I've got an Engineered Explosives in play, so I'm not really scared of it. I do not know what their freaking 4 cards in hand could be, because they're not casting. Like, it's got to be a TBR, another Scourge, a Death Shadow maybe, and then I don't know what. The Umptillionth Bolt. So I've got 1 Uro here, 1 Uro there. Okay, so we've got 1 Uro left in the deck. Black mana, Fatal Push. What if we didn't? They pushed the Goose? Why are you pushing my Goose? To be honest, Twitch is the only place I interact with cishet. I've legit not talked to a cisgender heterosexual person in like 4 years. Oh. Well, I mean, I do my best to know things, but there's just a lot of like sort of, I don't know, community in stuff that like I do my best to know, but like just doesn't get exposed to people like me a lot of the time. I like knowing everything I can because I know a lot of people from that community, but like, yeah, it's definitely... It's just tricky. I live in a very queer part of the country. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I live in a very queer part of my country, or at least Toronto is. But because I'm still not in deep with that crowd, like around them all the time, it still doesn't trickle out all the time. There's plenty of stuff I know, but there's always much, much more that I don't. But just like the first time Western Mass, famous for lesbian folk. Really? Would not have known that. Luris in hand, sure. I feel like so many of the things, though, that have happened with me and people of any gender or gender setup or I'm not great with the terminology, but any kind of any of that stuff that I've ever run into has been similar to my very first experience with a gay coworker who was coming out to all of us at Starbucks, and they were like, "Hey, I have something to tell you." And I was like, "Oh shit, is someone getting fired?" They're like, "No, no, no." And I was like, "Wait, are you getting promoted?" And they're like, "No, no, 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 I'm gay." I was like, "Oh, so you had something to tell me?" I was like, "No, that was it." I was like, "Oh, okay. I mean, can we go back to work? Like, I don't care." Like, it's not a deal for me, which I realized was not the right way to handle that, but it's just one of those things that was like, just, I don't know. I have like I don't know. The way I grew up, it felt like for the longest time, I was just shocked that more people weren't just over this. All right, so we're in huge trouble because they're just going to use Lurus to play the Soul Guide Lantern, which means I'm never going to get this Uro back. So this is problematic. And now they can use the Soul Guide Lantern to lock out my EE. Not having any graveyard hate here was bad. Okay. I think I may have shanked this game to a point where it's very difficult to win. I mean, I say shanked. I mean, one of the first things that happened in this game was we milled Thassa's Oracle, and it just became very difficult for us to win from that point. This deck is not really set up with a good backup plan. Like, I just blew up their Soul Guide Lantern, but I literally don't think I can win now. I can go to 26 life, but it doesn't matter. They have a 3-2. Their 3-2 is just gonna beat me. So maybe this is a matchup where I'm supposed to have Urza, although it's hard to know that you will get to a game like this, because if everyone was paying attention to the way game 2 ended, we just got killed by a brutal board on turn 4. Isn't Karn a way out? Yeah, you're right. Karn's a way out. We haven't found one, and we have no extra way to draw cards. 1, 2, 3, 2 in the graveyard, so we could draw out on that one. But I feel like we are very quickly just going to get run over here, unfortunately. On an MTG topic, excited to see someone running this. Me too. We're going to be playing Grixis Grinding Breach after this one. I do my best to run the sweetest of decks. Sweet and good, good and sweet. Way too ridiculously powerful not to be played. Yeah, I agree with that. Emry and Uro are the besties. But I'm starting to think that Emry and Croc... You know what? All right. I think we're going to take one more draw step here, and then I'm probably just going to scoop out if we don't top deck the Karn. I think even if we draw the Karn, though, at this point, it's just... I don't know if we can come back from this one. Maybe bridge into something? Bridge into Walking Ballista? Wrenn and Six is that dead. They had 6 power and attackers there, so... Wrenn and Six... Yeah. Alright. Is it on top? Is it on top? Yeah. Wrenn and Six on top. Alright. Am I done? I'm not done. I can shuffle, and we can draw the Karn and slam the bridge with an empty hand. Alright. Alright, we'll take the Bauble draw, and we'll take my next draw step. Well... They hit me with the Thoughtseize or Inquisition here. I'm pretty happy. Uro's still a thing. There's one Uro left in my deck, but yes. The problem is they keep, like, they can replay the Soul Guide Lantern anytime they want, so if they get cocky and they don't do it this turn, then yes. The yield is removed, Dan. It's just not showing it because they're not doing anything yet. Yeah, so yeah, they're being conservative. We can't stop Uro from being shut out. We'll never be able to put enough cards in our graveyard to escape him. He, she, it, they. I should really put the they in front of the it, but he, she, it, they has a good rhythm to me. He, she, they, it does not as much. MTGO quality. Exactly. Yeah, there's just, you can't, there's only so much that you can ask from this. Okay. Oh, they have a Scourge in their hand that they want to play. Fair enough. Is there more? Am I getting bolted? No, okay. They might play a Death Shadow here. If they do, I'm probably just going to cycle the Veil to try to draw Karn. Scourge. Good enough. Still cantrips Mavail. Trigger. Alright. And bang. It's not the bang I was looking for. I mean, it's something. Probably keeps me in this game for another turn. But little late on the bolt. I love all the commands that you have programmed into MTGO bot. That is fantastic. It's been a wonderful experience to know you, Dan Bopes. Yeah. All right. GG's. Couldn't get there. Scourge Shadow's a quality deck. We would maybe have been able to do it if we didn't lose. Yikes! Didn't lose our Thassa's Oracle so early, but it's the best we can do. Alrighty, match the 5th. So match 1 we lost a time. Match 3 we won insanely. Thank God our opponent scooped. Yeah, it's oh, thanks Applap. Yeah, it's a cool deck. I mean, we had a super bad run in game 3 there where we immediately milled our Oracle and then you Soul Guide Lanterned us. And I couldn't find the bolt for your Luris, so that the Soul Guide Lantern, yeah, there were people here who were yeah, I mean, but I've been playing games very poorly the whole way along, so don't worry. But well played in game 3 where you were just conservatively just pulling out the Soul Guide Lantern every turn, because people were like, why don't you do this? And I'm like, because they're going to pull out the Soul Guide Lantern every turn, and then you did it. And it's like, I can't win around that. It's just not really reasonable. We do have Karns, so right at the end there were about 4 turns in a row. If I top decked a Karn, we would have been okay, and we didn't, and that's fine. It is what it is. If you think this deck is sweet. Yeah, I know. I mentioned it, yeah, and then I didn't have the bolt for the Luris, so that was the misplay that probably lost me that game. All right, we're shipping this. Next up, we'll be playing Grixis Grinding Breach, which, ooh, I think I'm going to 5. Our deck has a lot of value. Yeah, our deck has a lot of value generating engines, so we'll go to 5 here. All right, so this is better. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll fetch the Triome on turn 1. Yeah, but yeah, Applap, I played that one super sloppy. I've just been all over the place this league. It has not been a strong league for me. I don't know. I was up this morning recording my recording the Serum Visions podcast, and then I went for a run, and I've just not been on my game all league. I should take a night off, but every time I want to do that, I think like, well, what am I going to do? And I'm like, I'm going to play Magic. And then I'm like, well, but if I'm going to play Magic, I want to play it on stream because I like it. I like all you people. Nice. Love that draw. All right. I might stream Chrono Trigger. What is tomorrow Monday? Yeah, I'm going to stream Chrono Trigger tomorrow. For a little while, I was doing Monday streams where I was streaming non-Magic stuff. And it was a really nice break. So I've never finished Chrono Trigger. The last 2 RPGs that I started streaming, they took me about, it was like 10 weeks. I did Paper Mario and Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, whatever it is. And yikes, same time. Yeah. I'll be on around 8ish, and then I'll just start streaming Chrono Trigger for 4 to 6 hours per night every Monday until I get through it, I guess. But it'll be a nice change of pace from doing Magic all the time. Although the Magic streams obviously have been getting so many viewers, so it's hard for me to turn them down. We're against Classic Rock, and I can smell what they're cooking. What they're cooking is Bob Maher Jr. I get that reference. Thanks, Roy. Yikes. All right. Well, make a food. You talk about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? The Scorpion King himself? Oh no. Oh no, what meme am I about to get hit with from Roy? The Dwayne Johnson Rock. No meme, just truth. It's fair, we are a truth-only stream. I was going off on Ashiok last night about it. That was a highlight. That kid drives me nuts. He's so freaking good. Luris, out of the main deck. Yep, that's the rock move. All right. Karn will shut down the Bauble, but then Karn is very desperately in danger of getting attacked down. Assumed Ashiok's a kid. Is he actually though? I don't know. I don't know if he's a kid. He's certainly. I think he's in his like late teens, early 20s. Yeah, he's from West, right? He's from what, Victoria? I know he's in BC. He's 20. Yeah, that makes sense. That is exactly as old as I sort of... Like, he could have been 18, 19, 20, 21, that range, but... Alright, well, we're going to play Uro against a black-green mid-range deck, and hopefully that's a really good play. If I draw a land, I will be very happy. Land. It's not land. Still happy. Is it in Alberta? Oh, okay. Not British Columbia. Okay. Rock, paper, Uro. Love it. Who's paper? Hammer Time? I feel like Hammer Time's paper. It's not really a glass cannon, though. Opponent with the all-foil old border basics. Hell yeah. Good for you. Bloodchief's Thirst with Kicker. Hell yeah. You earned that kill. Good for you. I'm getting grounded into the dirt here. You bungled Chucho. You're fine. Turn 2 Bob was just savagery here. Oh my god, who even pays for kicker? I have this guy, and he pays for all my kickers. It's like pretty cool. I don't know if I'm proud of that joke or not. I guess time will tell. Brawl or some cost reducer. I feel like that doesn't land as well with what I was going for, but very well. Scoos, brutal. Buy Uro, buy engineered explosives. All right, but if we haven't hit a land, we can go Karn into bridge, and then hopefully they don't have another Blood Chief's Thirst to knock down my Karn. And Abrupt Decay to kill my bridge. I feel like Black-Green Rock must be playing Assassin's Trophy or Abrupt Decay in some number. Oh, right. Lurus can do that. It's been a while. I mean, to be fair, I played the EE before they had the Lurus, so it wasn't really... Did I? I think I did. Yikes. Okay. Huh. Okay. Okay. Play Karn. Let's get Grinding Station. If they don't have any discard spells, I think we win next turn. Certainly can. We shall see. Game on, opponent. Game on. Field of Ruin. Yikes. It's not actually like yikes at all. The only concern here... Yeah. Alright, we're done. Alright. That was a tough one. They had turn 2 Dark Confidant, and we just don't have any answers, and our combo didn't come together. But we've got Veil and Lightning Bolt. Maybe Urza? Yeah, because I feel like they know we're a graveyard-based deck, so we want to take out that. This is fine. Cut down on the Goose. Wrenn and Six seems pretty solid here. Star, Karn. Mox. Another star. No, the stars fix my mana. Although Bauble's nice, the stars fix my mana. Alright, we'll try it like this. So, I do not know exactly how this constructed side... The way this sideboard is constructed, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing with it. So that's a little bit tricky. The Urzas are the biggest thing to me that I'm like, I don't really know what matchup I'm really supposed to have these in on. I guess anything where they're playing Collector, oof. Or, in theory, Stony Silence, but nobody plays that card in white. Because we have Karn in the main deck that sort of helps you somewhat get around that. But it's definitely not as good as Urza a lot of the time. Alright. It's sketchy. It's incredibly sketchy. All right. Do I want to lose this whole match on turn 1? No. But Alright. It's better. Just gonna put this Thassa circle on the bottom of my library where it belongs. Opponent kept their 7, of course. Let's roll. Goose! Get him! Hey look, they had a card that was gonna beat the hell out of me if I hadn't done what I did. Good job, me! Well, I hope they don't have turn 2 Bob. Because that will be bad for us once again. In my first league on Kin today, drew Mox Opal only once when I was already flooded. 'Twas a sad time. I assume you mean Mox Amber, but yeah, it's bad. Hey look, they had Bob on turn 2. Just what I didn't want. Is Kin a thing in Legacy? I mean, so Jiggy has played it in Legacy, and I believe he had a 5-0 with it. I think he's the only person who's ever registered it in Legacy, but yes, it is technically a thing. Oh, Jig. Don't even. It has not been going particularly well. No, it's all good. So it's all good. It's all good. Odin's. I assumed you meant what I thought you meant. All right. These games long? They haven't been that long. I mean, some of them have been. Oh, because you're waiting for us to get to the Grixis deck, right? I have not had any success with these Temur grinding decks ever. I've played them multiple times, and they always seem to go really poorly for me. I assume it's a me problem, because I know I messed up multiple games into like match results in this league, but it still always feels so brutal. I'm not sure. I assume it's my problem. All right. So we got a turn for Uro. Not the best, but not the worst. All right. Plus an extra land. So I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Draws Swamp. Good choice. Good choice. We have Uro and Emry with no artifacts. Yikes. Field me. This must mean there's a fatal push incoming? One assumes. I wanted to make a command that returned a blank space. You may have to actually insert a space. Oh, well, I'm just going to replay the Uro, so this is fine. Okay. Okay. Really feels like everyone's had my number this league. I don't have red mana. My Stomping Ground is in my graveyard, so is my Ketria Triome. I mean, I know I have it off the Goose, but my Emry has literally nothing to play. Yikes. Wait, have we haven't hit any artifacts for Emry yet? Brutal. How many did I board out? Oh shoot, I should have killed the Bob. Alright, well if we didn't kill the Bob, should we kill the Liliana before it ticks up? No, I should kill it in response to it ticking up. I should probably kill the Bob in response to it ticking up, since I already made the mistake of not killing the Bob earlier. They're going to play Luris and a land and replay the Bob, but at least we kind of eventually sort of made the right play. Which is, you know, it's something. All right. Mistake or calculated entertainment supplement. That is a string of words that could describe what happened. They don't, but they could. I mean, sure. So Thassa's Oracle's not on the bottom of my library right now. Necessarily. I mean, we shuffled multiple times, so it could be. If they kill my Goose and I top deck Breach, I'm going to be pretty upset. I do have a Mountain in the deck, I think. Or did it get exiled? No, it got exiled. I have no red sources in my deck. I have Chromatic Stars. At least 2? No, I have 3. Yikes. All right, we're probably just going to scoop this up in a second. This has been a miserable failure of a league for me. The deck is good. I have a severe lack of ability to play it. Somehow reasonably acceptable at playing Urza Thopter Sword. Totally useless here. All right. They're letting me resolve the trigger, which means I could get an Uro off this. Yeah. I did. And they can't do anything about it. Which is pretty sweet. And they had just... if I enjoy it, would I play it a second time? Well, it's hard to say I'm enjoying it because it's incredibly technical. It's incredibly demanding. Your opponents can hose you in all sorts of different ways. I don't know. I already have a lot of previous experience with Temur grinding Breach that has always been pretty poor. So probably not. This is not my kind of deck. And it's a degenerate combo deck, right? Like it's just I have very little interest in learning to play these decks. Combo deck, sure. Degenerate combo deck, it's not really my speed. I have played a lot of these decks, to be fair, for YouTube and etc. So for whatever reason, I like Thopter Sword combo a lot more. I can't explain it. Morals. They're not a morals thing, so I think I'm just going to mill them. Because at this point, I don't really want to mill myself with the Soul Guide Lantern in play. My library is actually a bit of a resource that I need to manage. Opponent has 1 card in hand, so if they're willing to tick up their Liliana or not, it's a bit of a tell about what the last card in their hand is. At least as long as saying it's something that they would like to not lose. Pretty sure they don't have a Fatal Push here, but I'm wondering if what's happening is they're trying to figure out if they want to attack with this Hex Drinker or not. So they're leveling up the other one probably twice. I cannot see them cracking Soul Guide Lantern to draw a card this turn cycle. That would be fairly negligent, let's say. No, not so much the Michael Chan. We are 1-3. I punted game 3 against Black Red Shadow pretty hard, so I think maybe we were able to win that match, and we lost the first one a time. So it is possible this league should be better than it is, but thus far it is not. Scoos on top. That's a yikes. So, oh, they just go exile now? Sure. I guess they don't want me recasting Uro if it dies in combat. Well, that is super unfortunate. Is it? Well, it's at least middlingly unfortunate. All right. Pretty sure I'm throwing Uro under the bus here in an effort to try to win. Beep boop. That's an excellent draw. That is a very good draw. But they have a Scoos. Still a good draw. Immediately Surgicals. Brutal. Doesn't, no pause. All right, well, we still could combo kill this game. In fact, we've had zero Underworld Breaches, which is pretty mad. Okay. So play EE on 1. Get rid of those guys. If we had drawn the EE first instead of the other two, be a different ball game, but can't change that. I think I'd rather, oh shoot, what I should have done, and of course I didn't, what I should have done there is put the Bauble into play, and replayed the Engineered Explosives on 2, so that when they have the Scoos, they have nothing to target. Then I pop the EE on 2, killing the Scoos, and the only thing they can take out is the EE, but too late now. We did draw a Karn, which is real good. Sure. You got your Scoos. Would you like to eat my EE? Okay. Would you like to eat my Wrenn and Six? It's acceptable. You may do that. I have no concerns. Opponent is not having it today. No, they are not. They were real not okay with my Uros. They were like, nah, bud, nah. Secret is you look as though you have a chance. Sort of. I mean, that's gonna help. That's gonna help. All right. I think we go. So we're gonna play the Bauble. We're gonna play Karn and plus. Because they have 1/2 green. So they can't get this big enough to kill him. Liliana taking down my Emry, I don't mind. Bauble for an extra card here. Extra Emry on top is actually really, really good for right before we're going to combo. And I need the Chromatic Star for red mana. We're drawing an extra card here. Tap Blooming Marsh. Okay, we should be clear. I don't think there's any choices that they can make that beat me. And they chose to make me discard instead of sack the Emry in play, which I think is totally fine by me. I think we're good. In fact, I'm almost sure of it. Sure. My graveyard's going to be a little tight, but I think thanks to both the food tokens, we're okay. Yeah. Ooh, thanks for the follow, Michael Chan. The Lord Michael. Okay, so that's exactly what I was expecting them to do this turn with that. So we go fetch. Yes. Grinding station. Two Mox Ambers are out, but that's fine. Station first. Respond to its own trigger. Save targets. Mill me. Sack of food. Got it. Always yes. Okay. Star. Enters the battlefield. Trigger. Sack the food. Mill me. Save target. Already saved the target. Don't need to mention it. Did it anyway. Doesn't matter. Red and 1. Okay, well, fine. Red and 1. Underworld Breach. We have a Bauble. Whew. I was worried for a minute there. Alright, let's go. Alright, comes into play. Sack it. Draw. Saved by the Bauble. Well, we do have to hope that our other Mox Opal is not literally on the bottom. But it's getting close. Is Saved by the Bauble the newest hit TV show? I don't know if it's a hit, but it's definitely on the network. Okay. It's getting a little problematic. All right. I didn't. How am I gonna win? Well, that's a really good question, friend. The actual answer is we're not. Because I boarded out a Mox Amber. Didn't think about it until exactly this moment. The Oracle's literally the last card. Or one of the 3 last cards. But unfortunately, because I boarded out 1 Mox Amber, we were not able to combo out at all. And we end the league 1-4. So, Temur Grinding Breach. This is, yeah, that's what I was hoping for at the end there, Christy. But was not the case. Temur Grinding Breach. I have never had success with this archetype. I don't know what else to say about it other than it's probably pretty good. It is very, very demanding to play. And not, yeah. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, if you did watch through this whole league, you saw how very small turns of fortune and very, very, not very small gameplay decisions. Wasting a bolt against Black-Red Shadow was awful. The way I played the entire game 1 against Death and Taxes was bad. So don't do those things, and you can do a lot better than I did. But if you sat through that whole league, I mean, it was 3 hours and a bit. even if you're not narrating it, just the number of game actions you have to take a lot of time and the amount of thinking you have to do about what is and isn't in your deck is very demanding. And I'm not sure about the sideboarding plan for this deck at all. Obviously, the Veil of Summers, the Lightning Bolts make a lot of sense to me. The Urza doesn't so much. Maybe it's for control